that is what you call horizontal shift, shifted horizontally. The graph is shifted horizontally. So horizontal shift. So it's since this is horizontal, you say horizontal. That's x-axis. That's x value. So meaning each of the x value on this x square is now shifted. Meaning the word shifted. The word scale is multiply. The word shift means add or subtract. Shift means add or subtract. Scale means times or divide. I think that's a pretty idea there. So each x value on this x square is now being added by something to arrive at x minus 5 square. So let's try to look at that. Look at this. This is 0 and it becomes this. So that is plus 5. Okay. So this is 1 plus 5, it becomes 6. This is 2. Remember, we're not talking about the y value, we're talking about the x values, these values. Okay, so this is 2 plus 5, so whatever the value there, okay, that's actually the idea. Plus 5, that becomes 7 there. So the same idea with 3 here, plus 5, that becomes 8 there. So the same idea, we can create another graph by using the horizontal shift. Okay, so the same here. So you can see here negative 1 plus 1 plus 5. Negative 1 plus 5 is positive 4. So the same idea, negative 2 plus 5 is positive 3. So we have also here negative 3 plus 5, that's negative 3 plus 5 is positive 2, which is this one. So can connect the graph. So that is horizontal shift. Okay. So the idea is here y equals x square is shifted horizontally by 5 units to where? Because since 5 units, since h is positive, to the right. If that is negative, means to the left, to the right. Oh, that is simply to obtain what? To obtain y equals x minus 5 square. Oh, that's so look at this. So here in this portion, this one is of course y equals x square, and this one is this purple one. Is that purple or blue? I think blue. That is y equals y1 equals x plus 2 square, and this one is y sub 3 equals x plus 5 square. So remember, our default is x minus h, not plus h. Okay. So meaning if that is plus 5, meaning h is negative 5. So that is very apparent here. That is plus 2, that is h equals negative 2. So meaning each point now is being subtracted by from let's consider x squared and x plus 2. Each point, its x value on this on this graph, its x value there is now being subtracted by the value of h. Okay, kasi it moves to the left na. So what is here? Negative 2, or we can also say plus negative 2. Okay, so we have here, let us say 2. We have to do that. 2, x value is 2 minus 2, that becomes 0. Look at that. So x is 0. Here 1 minus 2, that's negative 1. Okay, 0 minus 2, negative 2. So I'm just gonna change it again. So, okay, then look at this. 3 minus 2, what is that? 3 minus 2 is positive 1, so it's here. Okay, or you can do this also. From this point, it moves 2 units to the left. 1, 2. Okay, from this point, it moves 2 units to the left. 1, 2. From this point, it moves 2 units to the left. 1, 2. So, negative 2. 2 units to the left. Negative 2. How about negative 5? Of course, it moves 5 units to the left. So, from, let us say, from this one, okay, it will move 5 units to the left to get this graph, to the orange graph. So, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this, because this is, h here is negative 5. Okay? So, meaning you can get the other graphs just by looking at the value of h. Whether it's going to the right, it's going to the left. So, that is what we call horizontal shift. So, let's say here we have compare the graphs of the following. Okay? So, you have x squared and x minus 11 squared. So, here h is positive. H equals positive 11. So, meaning f of x is shifted horizontally by how many? 11 units. 11 units to the right, because h is positive, to obtain y equals x minus 11x squared. Okay. How about number 2? X plus 9 square, quantity square. Here h is negative 9. Meaning, x square now, so the same idea with this, is now shifted horizontally by 9 units. Where? To the left. Okay, 9 units to the left to obtain x plus 9 square. Okay, that's the idea. How about number 3? So, in number 3, look at this. H is positive 3. So, from x squared, there is change in h and there's change in a. Okay? Remember, a here is positive 1 and there it becomes negative 1. So, what is that? Okay? So, here, there is a horizontal shift of 3 units. Where? There is a horizontal shift of 3 units to the, this is negative 3, sorry, left. Meaning the graph of this will move 3 units to the left. Then after that is being reflected. Okay? Reflected. Oh, okay. It's because the negative is a reflection of the positive along the x-axis, right? So what does it mean? So let's try to visualize that graph here. Let us say this is x squared. This is x squared. How many units it will move to the end? It will move to the left. 3 units. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it's like this graph will move this here. So it will like this one. But it will be reflected by indicated by the sign negative a. So it will become like this. So from this, it becomes like this. Oh, that's better. So how do you do that? In a sentence form, we say f of x is shifted horizontally by 3 units to the left, and is being reflected along the x-axis. Okay. So here we're going to again name this graph. Okay, name this graph. So we know that this is y equals x squared. What do you think is this one? By just looking at this, by just looking at the horizontal shift from 0, it becomes 8. from 2 it becomes 10, so there is a plus 8 there. Then from 3 it becomes 11. So meaning this one, let us say this is y sub 2 equals x minus, what is being added? 8 square. So the same here, on the left graph, from this one it moves 1 unit to the left. From this one it moves 1 unit to the left. From this one it moves 1 unit to the left. So there is a movement of 1 unit to the left. So therefore that is y equals, let us say that's y sub 3. X, since this is to the left, becomes minus, I'll just do it, negative 1. So the minus is the default. The negative 1 is because it moves to the left. So square. So it becomes y sub 3 equals x plus 1 square. So this one is x plus 1 square. So now, after we name this, the function, the equation with the function, these graphs, let's try to graph. This is still x square. So let's try to graph, sketch the graph of y equals, let us say, x minus 6 square. Okay, x minus 6 square. So meaning we're just going to move this point 6 units to the right. So that's 0 plus 6 becomes here. 1 plus 6, 1 plus 6 becomes 7. Negative 1 plus 6 becomes positive 5. 2 plus 6 it becomes 7. Negative 2 plus 6 it becomes positive 4. And connect those points. Okay, then so on. Okay. How about we have y equals x plus 3 square. Okay. So this one, h is negative 3, meaning we're going to move each point 3 units to the left. Okay, so this one becomes 1, 2, 3, there. 1, 2, 3, there. 1, 2, 3, there. So this one, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, there. So this one becomes 1, 2, 3, there. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Then let's just connect these points, and we're done with the graph. Okay. So that is horizontal shift. So let's go to the effect of the value of k. We say this is vertical shift. So there is some kind of, when say shift, oh, it's just being added or subtracted. Okay. So we say what will happen here. This is our x square. Y equals x square. This one is y equals x square plus 1. Try to look at the pattern there. Okay, and this one is y equals x square plus 5. And this one is, I'm just gonna make it y sub 2, y sub 3. And this one is y sub 4 equals x square minus 3. Okay, so we're trying to change the values of k. So because we can rewrite this, again, in the review a while ago, we can rewrite this as y sub 3 x minus 0 square plus 5 being 0, 5, 0, 5 as the vertex. Okay, 0, 5 as the vertex. So we have, oh, so what happens there? So from, as you notice, from 0 to x square plus 1, from x square to x square plus 1, the point is moved, vertically shift, move units up by 1 unit. Okay, if that is x squared plus 5, this one is being moved 5 units up. So from 0 it becomes 5. So that's why it's x squared plus 5. X squared minus 3, the point is now being moved by 3 units down because it's negative 3. Okay, so the same so with this. to get x squared plus 1, just move the point up by 1 unit. So this one, just move the point by 1 unit. To get x squared plus 5, just move this by 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's simply the same with vertical shift. It's simply the same with the effect of h. It's just that the effect of h is that the graph moves horizontally by certain units, while vertical shift, or the effect of the value of k, is that the graph moves vertically by some units. Okay, so let us compare with this one. So from x squared, the graph, the g of x, the f of x, actually is being now shifted vertically, because it's plus 7 by 7 units. So we say f of x is shifted vertically by 7 units up to obtain g of x. Okay, so x squared minus 3, f of x is now vertically shifted by 3 units down, because it's negative, to obtain g of x. How about this one? What does it look like? So there is a vertical shift of plus 2, right? And there is a reflection. Okay, so after it is being reflected, so look at this. Multiplication should come first after the addition, right? So x squared is now multiplied by negative and added by 2. So it's the same idea. X squared is now first being reflected. Okay, it's now first being reflected. Then after that, it is being look at the transformation still follows PEMDAS, right? So first it is being reflected, and then it is being shifted vertically by 2 units. So what does it mean? Let's rewrite that first. Shifted. F of x is reflected along the x-axis and shifted vertically by 2 units up to obtain what? G of x. To obtain g of x. Okay. So what does it mean? Suppose we have here, let us say this is 1, 2, this is 1, 2. That is x squared, of course. That is x squared there. It will now be first reflected. Then after being reflected, each point on the reflected graph will now be shifted by 2 units up. So it will 1, 2. So the final graph will look like this. Okay, so the x squared is being reflected along the x-axis, and now being shifted vertically by 2 units up. So this one from that, that's 2 units. That's from that, that's 2 units. To that, that's 2 units. Okay, so that's the idea there. So let's name this graph. Let us name this graph. So of course this is our x squared. So let's name first this one. Let's name first this one. Okay. So just take a look at the points. From 1, it becomes 5. So what's that? From 1, it becomes 5. Oh, that's 4. So plus 4. So meaning this one is y equals x squared plus 4. Ah, that's really nice. So how about this one? How about this graph? This graph. Okay? So from 0 to negative 2. So that is minus 2. From 1, it becomes negative 1. So that's minus 2. From 4, it becomes 2. That's minus 2. Okay. The same from 4, it becomes 2. That's minus 2. Meaning, this graph is y sub 3. I'll just name it y sub 2 there. Y sub 3 equals x squared minus 2. Oh, that's easy. Okay. So how about the last graph? So I'll delete this first. So we have eraser here. So I'll delete this. So we have the last graph. The last graph is this one. Okay. Notice that it's a reflection and a vertical shift. Okay, there is a vertical shift and a reflection. Of course, reflection comes first. So meaning there is, this graph is y equals negative x squared first, because it's being reflected. The x squared is being reflected, and then after that it is being shifted from 0 to 6, means that's plus 6. That's it. So now let's try to graph. Let's try to graph y equals x squared plus 2. Oh, so we'll just move this by 2 units. From 1 it becomes 3. From 2 it becomes 6. So 3 becomes 6. Then connect the points. Sorry, it should be a perfect parabola there. Okay. Then so on. So how about y equals x squared minus 6. Okay, x squared minus 6. Of course, 0 will be 6. 1 will become 5, negative 5. 2 will become 4, because 2, the 4 there, because it's vertical shift, 4 will be subtracted by 6. 4 minus 6, 4 minus 6, that's negative 2. So we have here, so that becomes like that. Then so on with symmetry there. So how about let us say y equals negative x squared plus let us say plus 10. Okay, so it's a reflection because it's negative, so like that. Then 10 units up, so meaning from 0 it becomes 10, then 1 becomes plus 10. It's now this one will become minus 10, so that's 10 minus 1, that becomes 9, and 9 there also. Then this 4 becomes 6, and 6, then so on. That's already expressed. So combination, meaning we're going to combine all three transformations. So let us say here, compare the graphs of the following. Okay, so our reference graph is x squared, so it becomes g of x equals 2 times quantity x plus 1 quantity square minus 7. So again, vertically scaled by, there's no reflection. Okay, there's no reflection happening here because a is still positive. Okay, so there is a vertical scaling by a factor of 2. Okay, then after the parentheses first, there is, you should come first with this one. There is a horizontal shift of 1 unit to the left, because here h is negative 1. So follow for again the PEMDAS. We should do first the inside the parenthesis, then the square, then the multiplication, then the minus 7. Okay, so meaning the first one is the horizontal shift, the vertical scale, and the vertical shift. Okay, so how do we do that? F of x is shifted horizontally by 1 unit. Where? To the left, because h is negative 1. Then vertically, after it being shifted, the graph is being moved 1 unit to the left. It is now being vertically scaled by a factor of 2. And after scaling, vertically scaling by a factor of 2, ibig sabihin, when we say vertically scaling, after it is being moved to the left, all y values there will now be multiplied by 2. That's what we call vertically scaled by a factor of 2. Then after that, it is now being shifted vertically again by 7 units down, because it's negative 7. Down to obtain g of x. Okay? To obtain g of x. So that's it. So if you're going to figure that out, it's like if this is x squared, so this is, let us say this is 1, because negative 1. And let us say this is here. I'm just gonna change that into red. Negative 7. Okay? So the graph is now being moved to the left by 1 unit. That's after. Then after that, it is now being, remember, if since a is 1 here, and a is 2, meaning the graph here becomes narrower. So after it is being moved to the left by 1 unit, the graph is now being scaled by a factor of 2. So it gets narrower a little bit here. Okay, after it is being scaled by a factor of 2, it is now being vertically shift, move 7 units down. So this graph, this is already scaled vertically by a factor of 2 from this one. Okay, it is moved by here. So it's like this graph is just that graph. The idea there. Okay, so number 2, it's just the same. It's just that x squared is moved or shifted horizontally by 3 units to the right, because h is positive 3 to the right. Then after it is being shifted 3 units to the right, it is now being scaled vertically by a factor of 5. After it is being scaled by a factor of 5, it is being reflected along the same axis because of negative 5. So after scale, so there are 4. Horizontal shift of positive 3, scaled by a factor of 4, it is being reflected. Then after that, it is being moved up by 4, or vertically shifted by 4 units. Okay? So let's try to figure that out. Let's erase first this one. But the writing is still the same. Okay? It's just, it follows this kind of. So let's try to write that. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Remember, A is 1 to A is 5. That's pretty narrower graph. Okay. So let us say this is our axis here. This is our x square. Okay. This being moved. Okay. This being moved. I'll just gonna delete it again. No. This being moved 3 units to the right. So it's like this. Okay. It's not yet our final graph, alright? Okay, it's not yet our final graph. So after it is being moved, okay, after it is being moved horizontally by 3 units to the right, it is being scaled by a factor of 5, meaning this one becomes narrower a little bit. There. Oh, that's after scaled by vertically scaled by a factor of 5. Then after being scaled by a factor of 5, it is being reflected. This one, you just have to reflect this by that because of the negative sign. Really nice. Okay. Then after being reflected, it is now being shifted, okay, vertically by 4 units, okay, to 4 units up. So ibig sabihin, from this, let us say that's 4, it's being moved to 4. So still, so this is our final graph. So it's like this one is being moved to just to 0, 4. Look at the process. From x squared, it is being moved to the right by 3 units. It is being scaled by a factor of 5. It is being reflected along the x-axis. Then it is being vertically sheared by 4 units. Oh, that's really cool. And from this, okay, from this is the transformed graph. After shifting vertically. Okay. So, okay. So let's try to name the following graphs. Okay. Okay. Of course, we can name this graph because we know the vertex 2, 3. So we have a equals y equals a x minus, what is h here? 2. So from here it moves 2 units. So that's 2. Then shifted vertically by 3 units, so that's plus 3. What is a? Okay, so what is a? That's the problem there. Of course, this is square. Huh?
Isa na lang daw kulang, barba na.
Unsa? Ang? Kinsa na? Like that. 1. So look at this. From 1, remember x square is, when you say x square, when x is 1, y is 1. Okay? When x is negative 1,
Una lang daw sila.
y is 1. So from 1, it becomes 6. So from 1 to 6, that is times 6. Therefore, a is 6. So your final here is 6 times x minus 2 square plus 3. Wow. See? Then we have, how about this? So there is a reflection happening. Okay, there is a reflection happening. We know that the vertex is, the graph is being moved to the right by 3 units. So we have x minus 3, okay, square. Then move up by 2 units. So that's plus 2. Not really nice. Then, of course, there is a reflection. so negative. The value of a. Okay, so look at this. We're going to continue when in x square, when x is 2, y is 4. Right? A is 4. Look at this. So this is x square. I'm drawing the x square thing here. So when x is 2, y is 4. So what happened from 4? Okay, from 4 it becomes 0. Okay, it becomes 0. What is that? Or you can tell that if 3, that's 9, from 4 it becomes 0. If you're going to say from 9, here it becomes 2. Negative 4. How about this one? So the graph is moved to the left, negative 1. So you have y equals x plus 1 square. Then move down by negative 3. Negative 3 square. Okay. Negative 3. There is no reflection happening, but okay, the 1 becomes 3. So what happened there? This multiplied by 1 becomes negative 3. So this is negative 3. And that is that. And yeah, that's it. So now let's try to graph other functions using x square as our reference graph. So let us say, let's start with y equals, let us say 2x minus, let us say 3 square plus let us say just plus 2. Okay. So first, let's move all the points 3 units to the left. Okay. 3 units to the left. So that becomes here, and this one 1, 2, 3 here, then here, then 1, 2, 3 here, then here. Okay, so that is after reflecting. That's after after moving the point 3 units to the right. Okay. So after that, we're going to multiply its y value there by 2, scaling by a factor of 2. So multiplied by 2, the y value here is 0, multiplied by 2, that is still 0. Okay, here the y value is 2, so I'm just gonna write another point there, just there. Okay, so the y value here is 1, multiply it by 2, it becomes 2. Okay, then the y value here the y value is 4, multiply it by 2, that's 8. Okay, so continue there, that's 8. Here the y value is 1, multiply it by 2, so that is still 2. So then continue there in 8 somewhere there. So it's like the graph is after this, after scaling vertically. Okay, then after that, move all points by 2 units up. So meaning this is our final graph. I'll just make it like move this by 2 units, it becomes here. I'm just gonna use another color, please. There. Move this by 2 units, 1, 2. Move this by 2 units, 1, 2. No, no, no. This one. No, no, no. This one, move this by 2 units, 1, 2. There. Move this by 2 units, 1, 2. There. So meaning this is our final graph for this. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Let's try y equals negative x plus 4 minus 3. So what happened here is there is a move horizontal shift of 4 units to the left. So it becomes this one, and this one, and this one is moved 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Move, this one is moved 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So that's our first graph after moving 4 units to the left. Then it is being reflected. So it is being reflected after by the negative 1. So multiply by negative 1, this becomes here. This becomes here. Oh. Then this becomes 4. This becomes negative 4. Then this one becomes negative 4 as well. So meaning after moving 4 units to the left and having reflection, we'll have this graph. But let us move it down by 3 units more. So move it down by 3 units more. So meaning move this by 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Just gonna use the first, second. 1, 1, 2, 3. There's the point. 1, 2, 3. There's the point. 1, 2, 3. That's the point. And so on. Then therefore our final graph is this one. Ah, that's really cool. That's it.